Hi there, this is your friend Virendra Dr. I have the proud privilege to follow a path what great Dr. Napoleon Hill has taken, and always trying to stimulate your intelligence to recognize the power of your brain, embrace it and use it, and with the power of brain, whatever it conceive and believe, the brain can achieve. So this is my firm belief that you can become great because greatness is equally blessed to every mankind. Any human being can become great with a definite purpose in life, with initiative, sincere effort, a burning desire, persistent continual action towards the attainment of whatever goal or ideal he has set in his life. In that context, a great poet, R.L. Sharp, composed a poem, A Bag of Tools. Is not it strange how princes and kings and the clones that caper in sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity. Each is given a set of rules, a shapeless mass and a bag of tools, and each must furnish, or the life is flown, a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The talents is equally distributed in every mankind. Of course, this is sleeping, the genius is sleeping in everyone, heart, mind and soul. Simply we have to realize it, awaken it and manifest it. The great poet William Shakespeare also said, there is a tide in the affairs of men which taken at the flood leads on to fortune, omitted all the voyages of their life, they are bound in shallows and miseries. On such a full sea we are all afloat. We must take the current when it serves or lose our venture. So this opportunity is equally distributed to every mankind because God is having created all the man. He created and He loved. So there is no discrimination from God. Now it is a discriminating factor which every individual has to cherish. Also every mankind is blessed with an equal temper of heroic hearts and with a will and determination and courage and conviction to strive, to seek, to find and not to yield in any of his callings or endeavor. A man can become what he thinks about or he wants to be. It is only left up to every individual what he wants and what he wants to be. There is no influence of circumstance, environment or anything for that matter. So this moment I will be just narrating you the secret of greatness, the realization of greatness in every person's life. Nothing was ever in any man that is not in any other person. No man ever had more spiritual or mental power than any other man attained or did greater things than any other person can accomplish. Any person can become what he or she wants to be. Beloved friends, my whole purpose is to stimulate your intelligence so that you will develop tremendous self-belief and self-confidence, and you can be also saying that lives of great men reached and kept were not attained by a sudden flight, but while their companions slept, they were toiling upward. Also, lives of great men all remind us we can make our life sublime and departing leave behind us footprints on this end of time, and simultaneously a great reminder in the world broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not a dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. So you are the master of your fate and you are the captain of your soul. That is the message I am conveying to myself, and I share the same principle of power to stimulate intelligence of every person who is born great. Simply arise, awake and stop not till you have realized the true greatness, the true genius, which is in the dormant state of morbid lethargy. Simply vent it, let it come out and flow like a spring and fountain, and illuminate the world with your success and achievements by rendering greater service and better service in both quality and quantity. That is the very purpose, that is the very motive of life for every great man. All men are made of one intelligent substance, and therefore all contain the same essential powers and possibilities. Greatness is equally inherent in all and may be manifested in all. Every person may become great. Every constituent of God is a constituent of man. Man may overcome both heredity and circumstances by exercising the inherent creative power of the soul. If he is to become great, the soul must act and must rule the mind and the body. Man's knowledge is limited and he falls into error through ignorance. To avoid this, he must connect his soul with universal spirit. Universal spirit is the intelligent substance from which all things come. It is in and through all things. All things are known to this universal mind, and man can so unite himself with it as to enter into all knowledge. Abraham Lincoln was such an example. All the great people, they have the spiritual power. So the sleeping genius awakened in them, and then any action or any steps they took, this was always correct. So such as the great people like Napoleon, he has also that spiritual power with him. All these great people have connected their mind with their infinite intelligence, and from then the wisdom is flowing, the enlightenment is coming, and man is becoming giant in achievements and in glory, honor, fame, unity, in integrity, and everything else. To do this, man must cast off himself everything which separates him from God. He must will to live the life of divine principles, and he must rise above all moral temptations. He must forsake every course of action that is not in accord with the highest ideals. He must reach the right viewpoint, recognizing that God is all and in all, and there is nothing wrong, that all men and women everywhere are good and perfect. He must know that all is right with the world and unite with God for the completion of the perfect work. It is only as man sees God as the great advancing presence in all and good in all that he can rise to real greatness. Let us understand these principles and implement those things in our life if we want to really achieve greatness and success in our life. That is our real purpose of life. He must concentrate himself to the service of the highest that is within himself and obeying the voice of the soul. There is an inner light in every man which continuously impels him towards the highest, and he must be guided by this light if he would become great. He must recognize the fact that he is one with the God and consciously affirm this unity for himself and for all others. He must know himself to be a God among gods and act accordingly. He must have absolute faith in his own perception of truth and begin at home to act upon these perceptions. As he sees the true and right course in small things, he must take that course. He must cease to act unthinkingly and begin to think, and he must be sincere in his thoughts, because a man is what he thinks about all day long. Our thoughts only create our world. He must form a mental conception of himself at the highest and hold this conception until it is his habitual thought form of himself. This thought form he must keep continuously in view. He must outwardly realize and express that thought form in his actions. He must do everything that he does in a great way, in dealing with every mankind, maintaining a harmonious relations with the entire universe, with all birds, beasts, animals, because they are all manifestations and creations of the Lord. Because the dear Father who created all men, birds and beasts, and he loved equally, so he should be inspired by his uniform law of nature and creativity. The man who reaches the highest viewpoint makes full consecration and who fully idealizes himself as great, and who makes every act, however trivial, an expression of the ideal, has already attained to greatness. Everything he does will be done in a great way. He will make himself known and will be recognized as a personality of power. He will receive knowledge by inspiration and will know all that he needs to know. He will receive all the material wealth he forms in his thoughts and will not lack for any good thing. He will be given the ability to deal with any combination of circumstances which may arise, and his growth and progress will be continuous and rapid. Great works will seek him out, and all men will delight to do him honor. My beloved friends, these great thoughts from great men are really inspiring us and really stimulating our intelligence, so that we can also discover the latent greatness which is sleeping in our soul. We can do it if we believe it that we can do. Because life's battle don't always go to the stronger, the faster man, but sooner or late, the one who wins is the one who thinks one can. That is my perception of life. I do not see any boundary and limitations to our intelligence. And it is never too late. Push off, and sitting well in position as might, we can really go to a new world and seek a new world where there is a lot of love, fame, fortune, success, greatness, abundance, of all the blessings of the Lord which any great man has ever enjoyed. This is your friend Virendra Dr. wishing you all the great success in life and happiness. May God bless you. Thank you very much for being my integral part of this endeavor towards greatness. Thank you indeed.